We're off now to Pretoria, where the Public Works Department will hand over 5 properties to the Gauteng provincial government. The buildings will be used to shelter survivors of gender-based violence. Zola Sholwana now joins us live from the capital. Zola, very good morning to you. Tell us about these 5 shelters that will be handed over and also the significance of this, Zola, considering some of the stories you yourself have covered when it comes to gender-based violence.
Well, Aljan, you would understand that in many communities, victims and survivors of GBV find themselves, having to live with their attackers in the same home or the same community because of lack of shelters. I mean, in Gauteng alone, we only have about 22 shelters. And if you look at statistics that have been conducted in previous reports, it shows that about 50% of Gauteng women have at least, experienced some form of violence or, gender-based violence. And this is to really, bridge the gap and ensure that they have more shelters for, victims, because sometimes they don't just need to sit down, with a therapist. They want to be helped through the healing process so that they can get back to their independence. Now, we are joined by the Minister of Public Works in South Africa. So thank you very much for your time. Just take us through the significance of this handover.
When we first came into office, one of our immediate priorities was to use public assets for public good. And in my view, there can be no more public good than using properties like this, the 5 that we are handing over today, 2 in Johannesburg, 3 in Swane, to be able to help those victims of gender-based violence to get onto a path of recovery, healing and restoration. And so this was really our contribution to that fight against the scourge in South Africa. So, as you said in your introduction, the province will go from 22 to 27, and that's a significant jump, nearly 40% additional resources that we will contribute to that fight. And as you can see, that these are nice homes in well-located areas. So we actually are able to remove those victims from their circumstances and allow them to be able to deal with the trauma that they've gone through in a place that is quiet, serene, and well-maintained.
Currently, we have about 1,600 beds in those 22 facilities. What's the capacity of this one and the other ones, if you know?
These are also going to be, so there will be rooms available. I don't have the exact number on me, but there will also be places where people can seek assistance, psychological assistance. They will be worked with through the departments of social development. So this is really a collaboration between Public Works and Infrastructure and the provincial government and the National Department of Social Development to be able to bring those services to those people in need, and that they can receive them in a place that is safe, that is secure. These properties are also very secure, which is good, and that they are then able to begin that journey to restoration in a place that is removed from where the violence took place.
Minister, there's no doubt that this will make, a great impact in the lives of these victims and survivors. But, later on in the year, are we looking into maybe perhaps having other states' buildings being turned into shelters?
As I said, our baseline has always been public assets for public good. These are not our assets, they belong to the country, and we'll continuously look at how we can best utilize them for the intended purposes of public good. So in my view, that this is the beginning of a project that we are handing these properties out, and of course where we can also partner with other provincial governments and make buildings or properties available to them, we absolutely will do so.
Thank you very much, Minister, for your time. That is Dean McPherson, the Minister for Public Works, essentially taking us through what is happening today. Well, Aljan, the handover will be happening shortly, any time from here. In fact, we know that the Minister of Social Development is also here, and the MEC of Social Development in the Gauteng province. That's where we'll get to see all these, shelters that are located in great locations. I mean, this one alone, right across, there are police, so it really looks like a safe environment, and that's really what victims of gender-based violence need when they are dealing with such. Back to you in studio.